Hi, it's Carol at Rocking Chair Quilts. We're out in the shop today. I'm going to show you a little bit about piecing your blocks for your row for the beacons in the bay. You're going to need 4 fabrics, your sky, a medium fabric, a dark, and this one is for the ocean. Some good tools to have when you're making a beacon block is a kaleidoscope ruler. I like Creative Grids. This is their double strip kaleidoscope ruler. They also have a single one. And these could be multi-purpose for lots of different quilt blocks. Or in your pattern, on your tracing sheet for your shapes for your lighthouse, I have a shape on here. You can take a piece of template plastic, trace it off, and cut out a plastic template just to use to make your beacon segments with. If you're going to use the template plastic, I would suggest sewing a test block out of scrap bits to make sure it's accurate and it comes out the way you want. It's a little bit harder to be accurate with the template plastic. Another way to ensure accuracy is to test your 1/4 inch seam allowance, because when your beacon block is finished, it's got all these points coming together in the middle, and so you need your seam to be the same all the time so that you don't have trouble matching up that pinwheel. And I like to do a test. I'll take a couple of my 2.5 inch strips and sew them together, press it open, and then you lay a ruler on there and it should measure 4.5 inches, which this one does. Ta-da! You just start making our beacon blocks. You can always go to RockingChairQuilts.com and you can see a video about any of their rulers and all the neat things that this ruler does. I'm going to cut a couple of 2.5 inch strips from my sky fabric and a couple from the dark and a couple from the medium. After you cut your strips, you're going to pair a sky with a dark and a sky with a medium. Press the seam to set it and then press them open, always pressing towards the dark. When you get ready to cut out your segments, you'll have dark and sky, medium and sky, and you're going to put the skies opposite. You're just going to nestle in those 2 seams together. You take your double strip ruler, and it's got markings on it. The top of it is squared off really nicely, and you put that up on the top of your strip and line up the bottom. Take your cutter and just go to town, get your segments cut out. This cuts a whole bunch at once. You can use as many layers as you're comfortable to cut. And these are all already paired up and ready to sew. And when you get ready to sew, I've sewed with a dark thread, so hopefully you can see. You always want to sew down the same side so that when you open them up to put your blocks together, otherwise you'll have to get the seam ripper out and sew it on the other side. You're going to sew those 2 together in pairs and then into a segment that looks like that. You will have opposites, lefts and rights, from your strip set, which you can use in another project. Like I have this quilt behind me that we use opposite blocks in. And to finish off your beacon block, you need to cut your squares as it shows in the pattern. You'll cut a 3¼ inch square, and on your double strip ruler you have a marking actually for that. You're going to need squares of each color for your row. And then you're going to cut it in half on a diagonal to make your triangles. And on this one, this is the ocean color, so the triangles will go in the bottom. And you put 2 more on the top and sew those down with a 1/4 inch seam. Get your block squared up, place it into your row. You'll be all set. Thanks for watching.